the sails they creak, we sail the bay week after week. Buccaneers Digest, we're the flags. Buccaneers Digest, hoist the flag. Feel the thunder, feel the drag. Buccaneers Digest, hear the cry. Raise your hands to the pirate sky.
All right. Without further ado, we are here at the live stream on my birthday, nonetheless. I am now a 27-year-old Buccaneers fan, or a 27-year-old fandom, or Bucs fan who has been a fan for 27 years now. That came out really awkwardly, but anyway, really, really excited to be joining you guys here. Finally, I know that everyone wanted me to be live streaming this stuff, but I felt like I just wanted to be with the community, like in person. I went to the draft party in St. Petersburg on night one, where we got Ruben Bain. Then I went to see Ruben Bain in person, and one of my questions got asked, thankfully. That was really, really exciting. And, yeah, and then yesterday, some interesting choices happened for sure. Everyone, I've gotten feedback. I've seen the comments about, especially about Hurst. Everyone saying that we needed that X receiver. He was a sleeper pick that fell to us in the third round. You could say that. I just wonder, listen, like our wide receiver room is so full. It is overflowing right now. So I just wonder where everyone is going to go. Like, was, re-signing Godwin a mistake? I just kind of feel bad. I feel like it's going to be a hard time getting the ball to everyone. But, listen, we got Keontae Scott just today, like about 20 minutes ago. Really, really exciting pick. That's who I wanted the Bucs to pick at corner. When it came up to us, I did not want Malik Muhammad, who went shortly after. Jamal McCoy was the first pick of round 4. Everyone was kind of shocked about his fall to day 3. There's always some kind of shocking drop. Sounds like good competition. Hey, shout out Rockstar Mayhem. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being a member. It means a lot. Seriously. Can't wait to, spend the next few hours with you guys reviewing just what the Bucs do with these last few picks. Let's just jump right into this, man. I got the this draft right here. We have, let's see. At wide receiver. I mean, maybe it's good competition. I worry about, I don't know. I don't think that we'd have like an Eagles problem where it's like, oh, no one's getting the ball, or we're gonna have like we always like to draft like unselfish guys. I don't think there's gonna be people who are like demanding catches like an AB or something like that. That was a very different situation, but at the same time, I'm not worried about just kind of overloading resources into one position. I think that the Bucs still need to get another tight end in the room. They could get a guard in round 5. There's a lot of guys still on the board. Let me see here. Best available. Let's look at the best available right now. So I think we're good here. Don't need Abney. Listen, Keontae Scott was a fantastic pick. I mean, the two Miami guys. Even as a Gator alum, I am a huge fan of getting those guys to be Bucs. I think they're going to be great additions. I would like nothing less to be proven wrong about Trotter and Hurst. Listen, I think we needed a good coverage linebacker. Anthony Hill Jr., CJ Allen, both of those guys are on the board, and we took Trotter instead. My concern about Trotter particularly, is that, like, oh, maybe we wanted, like a legacy player. Like, oh, his dad was in the NFL, or there's connections to the Bucs there. So that's why we took him instead of, like, taking the actually best player. I trust Jason Licht to an extent. My trust has been shaken at times, but overall, I still feel pretty good about this draft. We are likely going to get defense. So we have 4 more picks. I think 2 5th-rounders now. After using our 4th-rounder on a corner, which they expressed a need to add to that room. I think we'll see who's there. Justin Jolly out of NC State is a name to look at. See if anyone takes him from us. Let's look at the tight ends here. Justin Jolly, there's another one. Joe Royner. Those are 2 guys. I don't know how I feel about Michael Trigg. Maybe you guys can speak to otherwise. But after that, it gets a little spooky. I don't really know anyone else besides those guys. So we'll see if we land one of them. And guard. The names that I'm aware of is Billy Strouth from Notre Dame. Boo Stevens from Iowa. I know that Tristan would be happy if we got him. Iowa alums. Defensive tackles. Let's see what we got here. Rashawn Benny's still on the board. We could go with him. Nick Barrett. I've been hearing some stuff about him. Linebackers. It's interesting. Kyle Lewis, I would have expected to... Well, he's probably going to go this round. If he's there in round 5, I do think that the Bucs will consider him. But linebacker much later down the line. Where is he? Because they have Justin Jefferson, the linebacker out of Alabama, up here at 5. Where's our Jimmy Rolder guy? Was he already taken? No. I feel like I would have heard about him taken. Hold on. Overall, let's see DraftCast. Who do we got here? Yeah, I don't... The Lions took Rolder? They took him in round 4. Dude. Okay. Well, linebacker got even harder to pick. Bengals take Connor Lew, center out of Auburn. Okay. All right. Well, I mean, we got our linebacker, I guess, out of Trotter. I was kind of hoping we would double up and get Rolder too, but he did not fall to the 5th round. So, first pick for the Bucs in round 5 would be... Wait. Oh, okay. So we got 155 and 160. So we don't pick for a little while now because we're at 129. Okay. Best available. Sorry. What's up, man? Thanks for joining, Casey. Appreciate you joining. Thank you. We're in an interesting situation. I think tight end, if I had to guess, would be the goal for this round, or for round 5, depending on who drops. Was there a quarterback who was already taken? All right, who are the Panthers taking? What'd you think of our draft so far? Overall positive. I would have, in terms of linebacker, I have mixed feelings. It feels like we're kind of doing the whole Devin White thing again. I like Trotter. I'm a little worried that there was like we picked him because of his dad, those connections at least, rather than the best player available at that position, which would be like C.J. Allen. I would have also liked Anthony Hill Jr. over Trotter. I would love nothing more at this point than Trotter to prove me wrong, and I'm not going to be a hater. I mean, listen, I'm already looking at all like the tweets and stuff saying that like of all the stuff hyping him up, but we wanted a guy who could cover, a linebacker who could cover, and we didn't get that, at least for right now. Let's see who the Panthers take. Will Lee, corner at Texas A&M. Okay. So, and then obviously with Ted Hurst, if you see my short, I was a little upset last night. I did not think that we needed to be drafting another receiver that high. Granted, we just got the corner that I wanted anyway in round 4 with Keontae Scott. I mean, I was also kind of advocating to take a flyer on Jamal McCoy, but he obviously went first pick of day 3, and so Raiders, kind of lucked out being the first pick there. I was shocked at the receiver pick for sure. Same. I really like Trotter, Rockstar Mayhem. I don't know. I feel a little. I just need to look back at him. I mean, I just remember like I was like just another guy who's like really good at blitzing. We need a guy who can cover, and I think that the Titans got a good steal there. There's a reason why they traded up for Anthony Hill Jr. So we'll see. We'll see if he can develop into a coverage linebacker. They seem to have faith that he could cover in his press conference, but I have some reservations. So we will see. And right now I am eyeing tight end. Justin Jolly. Okay, Trey Moore goes to the Dolphins. He's an edge out of Miami. Edge out of Texas. Dramad might have to get another surgery. That's why he fell. Yeah, no, I agree. So they're saying that for the Chargers here, Justin Jolly could go here. He's one of the projections that they could go after. Kind of hoping they go after like a corner or something. D tackle? Yeah, I guess so. Listen, Jolly and Roy are still there. I'd be totally fine with either one of those if they fall to us. And I also like Kyle Lewis. I think there's a lot of underrated. Okay, Genesis Smith. Genesis. That is quite the first, the first name. Wow. Yeah, I mean, I wish all the best to Jerome McCoy. Obviously, I think Spytek's having a really good draft. Did the Raiders select a receiver? I can't remember. Oh, we are in round 5 already. We're already in round 5? Dang. Wait, let me see here. Okay. Ooh, I keep clicking on the wrong stuff. Round 5. No, wait, we're not in round 5 yet. Yeah, that starts at 141. I don't know why they said that. Next pick. Oh, they're saying that team's next pick. My bad. Is Jolly the guy from NC State? If so, I wouldn't mind that. Yes, Casey, you are correct. So right now we're at the Saints pick. Oh, the Saints have 2 4th-rounders. Hopefully they miss on both of them. But yeah, where I currently stand, Jolly or Royer out of Cincinnati would be very happy with either one of those. D tackle Xavier Harris, but I don't think he's gonna make it to us. Nick Barrett, I'd be cool with. Rayshon Benny, I'd be cool with. Linebacker, it feels like Kyle Lewis is dropping pretty far. I'm a big fan of Justin Jefferson out of Alabama. I'd be very cool with that. 9 picks till 5th round. Okay, yeah. Yep. Shout out to everyone watching. Got a long way to go in this draft, but I there's a lot of potential guys that we could still go after. I do think, listen, I'm as a Gator alum, I would love if Tyreek Sapp. It's funny, I was just complaining about like, oh, I don't know if I love the Trotter pick because of like, his dad having connections to the Bucs, and yet I'm also like, oh, let's get Sapp's son on the team. That's only out of bias because I'm a Florida alum and I watched him play football in the swamp. So, and I actually think he's really good. I'd also be cool with George Gums, but I think Sapp is better. And there's another name that I saw Peter Report very high on. Nadami Tucker out of Western Michigan. Apparently the Bucs have interest in him. I also think that they had interest in one of the quarterbacks, kind of an insurance pick potentially. Cole Payton out of North Dakota State. That is a name to watch potentially. So, I do not want Garrett Nussmeier. I would be very intrigued to see us draft a backup quarterback later on. We'll see though. Got a long way to go. Let's see. Back to DraftCast. Jeremiah Wright to the Saints. I'd love to take a quarterback later. Yeah, I mean, honestly, if he drops, if Cole Payton drops to like, I mean, I don't know if I'd want to use a 5th round pick on him, but if he's there in round 6 and we have the opportunity to draft him, I wouldn't mind that. It's just like Kyle Lewis, I'm still would love. He's so versatile. We can like put him in at linebacker or safety. I don't know if he's going to drop there. Not sure a firm believer in Browning. Yeah, he's only a 1-year rental for backup quarterback. Like just because Bridgewater went back to the Lions, and we needed some insurance there. So that's the reason why. Do you think that Trotter will contribute on special teams? If he's going to be a starting inside linebacker, my guess is unlikely. Even if he's like a really good downhill hitter, you typically don't want. I don't know. I mean, it'd be a good experience, but special teams like kickoffs and stuff and punts, a lot of injuries can happen on those plays, and I don't know if we want to risk. It really just comes down to like how they intend to use him. I would lean no, but I think it's certainly a possibility just given his skill set and what he specializes in. So we will find out. Titans are interesting here. They might also choose a. So they're saying best available. Xavier Harris is going to stay at the top until he goes. And Jalen Kilgore, that is interesting. Let's see who the Ravens take. Matthew Hibner. Huh. That feels like a reach. So his overall rank was 180, and they took him at 133. I mean, to be honest, round 4 is when the reaches really start to happen. There's some guys still falling, though. Xavier Harris, Keith Abney, I saw he's been having quite a fall. Kyle Lewis, Jolly, and Royer. Chandler Rivers, guys. I know that we didn't take him, but I really liked his highlights. I was like that. Listen, if like the guy, like if Keontae Scott wasn't there, I would have been totally cool with taking Chandler Rivers. Maybe we'll take him in round 6 or whatever. So, you like Abney? Yeah, I don't, for some reason he is really falling. I don't know why. The Falcons do need a tackle. Are there any good tackles left? Ooh. Crownover, his overall rank was 86. That's actually, I mean, that'd be good value for sure if they... Interesting. I want Lewis. No, I don't. I want... Who do we prefer, Jolly or Royer? Royer, so I'll read off his pre-draft analysis. Royer is a good short to immediate pass catcher who shows sure hands on film after the catch. He gets vertical and has enough speed to pick up chunk yardage. But he is not a player who will take it the distance. As a blocker, Royer must rely on proper alignment and sound technique to leverage defenders. As he cannot rely solely on size, strength, and physicality because he can get knocked back at the point of attack. How about Jolly? Jolly has the short area quickness and suddenness to separate from defenders. I like that. He has very good foot fluidity with balance and body control to go along with it. He loses some inches on his catch radius as he does not always fully extend to grab balls outside the framework of his body, so he is more of a possession catcher. Though he lacks some extension, he has very strong hands and will make contested catches. After the catch, Jolly isn't usually brought down by first contact and will pick up yards after the catch. As a blocker, he will hold his weight and play with effort. He isn't going to be a dominant blocker at the next level, but should be able to sustain his blocks long enough to get the job done. Okay, so it sounds like Jolly. Sounds like Jolly is the goal. Oh, position rank 5th. 5th overall tight end. Okay, Kendon Daniels goes to the Falcons as a linebacker out of Oklahoma. Colts are up next, and then the Saints are going to pick again. Penalties kill, drives quick. I think if Jolly's there, we got to take him. Lewis, Jolly. I wouldn't even mind Kilgore. Abney, I'd be surprised if he was there, but... Again, I really like Chandler Rivers. There's a lot of things that could happen. All right. Got a Colts. So they took Bryce Botcher, linebacker out of Oregon. Interesting. All right, Saints back up. They listen. I really just overall so far actually surprised. I think that we're doing great in the draft so far. Honestly, yeah. I mean, I know I was very uh, a little. I probably overreacted a little bit last night to the receiver pick. Not only did I really did not look into receivers much in this draft. So I didn't know anything about him. I just saw that we picked a receiver and got mad because I'm like, maybe there's like a bit of a sting of like trying to replace Mike that bothers me. But I know no one's going to replace Mike. It's more about the positional need rather than like, oh, let's just replace Mike. That's not the intention, obviously. Uh, I'm watching Scott highlights right now. Keontae Scott highlights. Was he was he the first or second DB from Miami taken off the board? I need to look at the rounds. Hold on. So I'm gonna go to round 2 because I don't think any. Okay, let's see here. Three. Same, man. Same. I'm okay with it today versus last night. Okay, thank you, Casey. I feel a little bit more calm now. That's like that. You start to realize what the idea was. I was so mad when Delp went to the Saints. I think Delp would have been our pick because we were at 77. Delp went at 73, so then we traded back with the Packers. So Miami got so Mark Bell went there. Okay, Jacoby Thomas, the safety out of Miami, went before Scott. Let's see. Yeah, so Keontae Scott, it was the first corner out of Miami to go. I like that. That was listen, man. That was a good Miami defense, a great Miami defense, the best defense in the country last year. So you get their best edge rusher and their best corner. I think we're rolling. Okay, so Saints are their pick is in. I swear, man, if they steal another, so they already took a tight end that we like, so it's not going to be a tight end. They could take Kyle Lewis. I wouldn't be too happy about that. Yeah, in the moment I was livid, but good now. Oh yes, I really wanted Dell, but then was kind of bummed and mad. The dang Saints got him. Yeah. Is the receiver we picked punt or kick returner? I don't know if he has experience in that. It's a good question though. I feel like our kick returner right now is Tez. It's Tez Johnson. Just because he's so elusive. His size doesn't really help him much, being a receiver in the middle of the field. He's a good backup, don't get me wrong, but like, I feel like his size really aids him in being a good returner. He doesn't have like that explosive speed. He's just good. Like once you get the ball in his hands, like you would with the punt return or kick return, then he has a good way of breaking away from guys. I'm always nervous when like our rivals are on the clock. We've been dealing with a lot of those lately. Some people had Keontae Scott in their top 50 guys, and we got him way later in the hundreds. I think that's great value. Ugh. What's the pick, Saints? What's the pick? What's in the box? This is our guy. Jolly is our guy. I think we were trying to replace Evans with a big body, and I think he can be good, but I've said it before, watch out for J-Mac this year and our future. I agree. Bryce Lance, the receiver out of North Dakota State. Okay. So they've gotten a few receivers in this draft, loading up that receiver room. We'll see how that goes for them. Cowboys already got a safety. Maybe they go receiver. I'm a little worried about oh wow, so the Cowboys after this pick, they don't pick till round 7. Sam's getting some big wide receivers. I'm watching his highlights right now on the TV. He looks a little slow. We'll see, though. Not everything is at what meets the eye. Okay, what are the Cowboys picking? Where's oh wait, no, I'm sorry. They were showing the Saints, not the Cowboys. Keontae Scott is a Buccaneer. That makes me Saints getting So they got Caleb Downs, then Malachi Lawrence. Those who watch me know I was a huge Malachi Lawrence fan, but obviously Bane, no one expected him to fall to us. Barham, and they took Devin Moore. Go Gators. I have no idea where the Cowboys are going to go with this. No idea. Saints and Panthers are looking good, but not going to lie. But still think Bryce Young is terrible. Shuck will get better, but I don't think that's their future. The division should be crazy this year. Yeah, I don't think that the NFC South is going to be as bad as it's been in previous years. The Panthers have been loading up, especially defensively, and getting better on the offensive line. We'll see how long they commit to Bryce Young, though. I think they exercised his 5th-year option, but they haven't done an extension. But the thing is, though, the Bucs haven't done an extension with Baker either. I think they're seeing how the draft goes, what their needs are still going to be afterwards, and kind of go from there. Do they make a trade after the draft to address some needs, or do they use the salary cap to figure out Baker's situation, or do they do both? I think both is down, because once we have Baker back on a multi-year contract, we can rework some stuff. Thank you. Think Atlanta going backwards. Didn't know about that, about Baker and Young. Good to know. Good stuff. Oh, so that was Trey Lance's brother. That's interesting. I guess there was a reason why he looks so familiar. We're at a commercial break right now, so they're just like holding on to this pick. I guess they still like to announce the picks in round 4. So we have 2 picks in the 5th. Yes, we have 2 picks in the 5th round because we traded back with the Packers back in round 3. There's some good value too. All right, let's see here. We are going to do... Oh, come on. I hope the Cowboys take a tight end. I'm going to be like one of the tight ends that we want. Please don't take Jolly. Dallas picks about to be announced. Yeah, still waiting. As you can see up here, we don't know what they're doing. So we T minus. Oh, LT Overton from Bama. Okay. Interesting. Okay, I wasn't expecting that. That's a good pick though for the Cowboys. That's a good pick. So, our first pick in round 5. We have the 15th pick in round 5. And we're almost at the end of round 4. Trying to replace Parsons. I think he's he's an edge. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought he was an offensive tackle. That's my bad. They drafted 3 edges so far. They're like, one of these has to hit. Sorry, Cowboys. That might not be how it works. Maybe you should have tried to get Bane instead. Because the Bucs were mentioning, like, once Bane didn't go to the Cowboys and the Dolphins, then they were like, oh, we have a chance. Because I guess they had inside information that the Rams were going to go quarterback. And then, wow, okay, so they got Downs, Lawrence, Barham, Shelton. Yeah, very crowded. Oh, let's see what the Dolphins do. They're announcing it now. Tampa Bay, baby. I know. Oh, the Dolphins took Kyle Lewis. Dude, they've been taking all the linebackers. What the heck? It's funny that they say Kyle Lewis, linebacker, Pittsburgh, but on the TV they call him a safety. And here on the website they call him a linebacker. He plays both, basically. I mean, he's very undersized. I mean, yeah, if you look at like this, he's not the size of a linebacker. He's a safety. I don't think the Bucs would have gone after him anyway. I'm just still a little mad at the Dolphins for taking J-Rod. You know? Oh, so Mina Kimes 40 minutes ago was shouting out the Bucs draft so far. She said, "Hell of a class for Tampa so far. Keontae Scott is a dog." So, a lot of the big time insiders for the NFL are big fans of what we've been doing. Okay. Oh, Prysock just went to the Niners. Oh, we were looking at him, weren't we, guys? Ephesians. Efficients, I'm sorry. Prysock. That's like just like Talnuga, Hufanga, like just like these crazy names going to the Niners. You just know they're going to be great. I liked what this guy showed. I was like, listen, if the board doesn't fall our way, Prysock could be an option in round 5. He didn't even make it to round 5. Hey, but guys, we already got our corner. We got Keontae Scott, so we're chilling there. Really, it's just making sure that no one takes Jolly. If someone takes Jolly, we're gonna have to pivot. Prysock reminds me of a taller Parrish. Oh, that's an interesting comparison. That's interesting. Oh, okay. Pick is in. Last pick of round 4 is what the Bengals are doing right now. I could see them going guard. Bo Stevens would probably be a pretty good pick for them, right? So they need tackle. They don't need a receiver. These needs that they list on the website are so weird. I never understand that. Let's see. Take a guard, dude. Come on. Who are they going to take? Take a guard. Or don't take a guard, because Colby Young, wide receiver out of Georgia. Okay, I said they didn't need a receiver, and they took one anyway. I guess this is supposed to be their wide receiver 3 behind Higgins. I honestly feel like we're just getting guys for the rush, not necessarily coverage. Wouldn't you agree? Maybe. Maybe. But that's kind of what I'm worried about a little bit, is that I think we need good coverage guys. Like that was a problem for us last year, is our guys couldn't hold up. But maybe they think, like, listen, now that we have Bane, David Walker's coming back, we're going to emphasize just being attack dogs on defense. Like getting guys who are just constantly blitzing, constantly attacking, and not relying too much on holding up for a long time in the back end. Just like an all or nothing type of defense. I mean, live by the sword, die by the sword type of strategy from Todd Bowles, if you ask me. I wish we leaned a little bit more into coverage as well. You want guys who are good at different things. I get it. Having a defensive identity is great, but also that means there are things that you can expose. All right, we are officially in round 5. We are in round 5. Texans have the first pick in round 5, so 14 picks away from the Bucs selecting again. They're interviewing Sean McVay right now. Okay, let's see who the Texans selected. Who are they selecting? They're announcing it right now. Kamari Ramsey, safety out of USC. Okay. We can live with that. You like both, but a mix of both would be nice versus a strong on one that makes a weakness. That's the thing is like, I'm not a defensive coordinator for a reason. I comment on games. I don't coach them. It's just I call it like I see it. I don't think. Just given like what we've complained about so much, and this is including myself, on like the problems that the Tampa has created for themselves, is like blitzing at the wrong moments, sending all this pressure, sending the house, and if they're leaning into that again, I don't care if we have better players who are better at that. I just think the strategy of those blitzes isn't the best idea. I think C.J. Allen was a more cerebral linebacker. Anthony Hill Jr. had a lot more coverage skills, longer arms, was able to bat balls down and intercept them better. Trotter, I don't know what his stats look like, but probably not too turnover heavy. I'm actually going to look it up right now. Josiah Trotter. We're going to look that up. Stats. No information available. Okay. Let's see what NFL.com has. Sorry, that's my dog. You're definitely right. We need to get to the quarterback more to have them make more mistakes to cause more turnovers. I agree. All right. Here's some stuff on Trotter. His combine rank was 14th. High cut frame with an unorthodox build, inconsistent positioning, and constriction of run fits. Had issues dealing with the size and power of Alabama. Needs to keep head and eyes up on block take-ons. Below average zone exchanges and coverage. Can be mismatched on backs and tight ends. I don't love that. That's why I was... Hashtag true story, nice. That's just kind of why I'm a bit more concerned. I don't know. He moves way better than most high-cut linebackers. He's crafty for being a 2-year player, but he had a dad that played, so that makes sense. Todd has a plan for him. I'm sure he does. Doesn't mean I like it. I can be convinced. I'm not going to be this guy's hater. I have doubts. I have doubts about that pick. I've been coming around on the Hurst pick more and more, especially after the Keontae Scott pick. But I think I would have I think I'd be in a much better place overall with this draft if we had taken C.J. Allen or Anthony Hill Jr. Obviously, I'd be over the moon. I wouldn't even probably be bothered to do the day 3 live stream if we had taken Jacob Rodriguez. Like, That would have been a perfect fit. We would have had our linebacker of the future and our edge rusher of the future. We have that for sure, but linebacker, I want Trotter to succeed, but my guess is we're going to have to wait another year or so before we get our guy. We'll find out. Round 5 can be pretty big for us still, guys. I want you all to be excited because I'm nervous. I want Jolly. I'll be jolly if we get Jolly. So, we're all waiting on that right now. Let me know if there's anyone else that you guys are thinking like maybe we should target. Kyle Lewis is gone. Let me look up the list again. Xavier Harris is interesting. Let's see what his overall rank is 63. We're in round 5 now with the Cardinals picking at 143, so he's already over doubled what his initial rank was. Something must not be going right here. I'm nervous too. Don't know what surprises we're going to get. I think if Jolly's there, I think Tampa takes him. Because I felt the same way about Scott. Well, honestly, if Jamal McCoy was there, I think the Bucs would have taken him, but I think they're happy with Scott too. What happened to Chandler Rivers? Oh, he's right down there. I love Chandler Rivers. I think he is he's way underrated. Mel Kiper believes in him too. But we'll find out. They're hyping up guys right now. You're a K-State fan, sorry. In college, VJ Payne is great, but I know we don't need a safety. Well, it's interesting because Tyke started out as a nickel corner and then moved to safety. If we got another true safety, could we move Tyke back to nickel corner? I think we're gonna get I think if Xavier Harris is there, I think we're gonna get him. One of these defensive tackles, I am almost expecting at this point to become a Buccaneer. Maybe guard. Billy Strouth. I've been keeping my eye on. Bo Stevens. Those two I've been keeping my eyes on. Jaden Roberts would be a lot later pick. Okay, Reggie Virgil, wide receiver for the Cardinals. Interesting. What about a running back? Interesting thought. Maybe. Nicholas Singleton, I've been hearing a lot about. A little bit about Emmett Johnson from Nebraska, but Singleton from Penn State, I saw some people have him as like their RB3 or 4. Shamari Taylor, Virginia. I haven't looked into him too much. Moved from FS seamlessly. Compact back with downhill running style. He flashes the speed on film to pick up chunk yards and take the distance. Taylor isn't super elusive, but does a good job making single cuts to make leverage. He kind of sounds like a discount Leonard Fournette. Like, oh, we're on like short yardage distance. Like, let's get a guy who can get us a yard or two. And honestly, as a team who like we've obviously been struggling a lot as like getting, stalling out when it's like a third and 1, third and 2. I can see that being something that the Bucs might see an asset in. Not as fast. Yeah, I mean, we have speed with Gainwell and Bucky. I'm not too worried about that. Jolly's still there, guys. I'm a little worried the Panthers might take him. Who did the Panthers already take a tight end? Teams. Oh. Sam Hecht. So they took a center. Interesting. Chargers are next. Who did they take? So it's funny. It's funny seeing Mesidor on another team. I mean, Mesidor got mocked to us so many times that we just kind of assumed to be a Buccaneer, and now we have freaking Bane instead, and without even trading up, it's just nuts. Slaughter. Okay, the Chargers, they're also a threat. Yeah, best fit. They're saying Jolly's best fit for the Chargers. I'm a little worried they might go after him. I'm a little nervous. Oh, man, guys. I don't know. Cleveland is after the... I'm not even going to look at the next team because I think Jolly is as this says here, he is a true threat right now to go. We got to make sure that doesn't happen. Well, we can't make sure. We just got to hope that doesn't happen. Okay. Selection has been made. Nick Barrett, defensive tackle out of South Carolina. He was someone that we were looking at possibly as another option. Okay. The Jolly Dream lives. I think if Jolly's there, we take him. I think that is 1,000% the case. All right, Browns are on the clock. Who? Browns have Fano, Conception. They got Conception and Boston. That's kind of crazy. And Emmanuel McNeil-Warren. Yo, they cooked. Browns are having a great draft right now. It's funny that they're like, they need a quarterback still. I don't think they're taking quarterback here. I've said that, but for so many different teams where it's like, I don't think they're going to take said. Keith Abney to the Browns makes so much sense. If they take Abney here, golly. All right, who do we got? Come on, Browns. Don't take Jolly. Take Keith Abney. We already have our corner. You can take a corner. Take Abney. He's fallen quite a bit. 75th overall rank. That'd be a steal for you guys. I want an awesome tight end so bad, but we need to use Cole variant. Okay, they took Parker Brailsford, center, out of Alabama. Okay. Weird. All right, who's up next? Parker Brailsford. No clue who that is. Oh, Washington's next. Interesting. Let's see what Washington's been up to. Styles. Oh, this is their third pick of the draft, and they sent that in quick. Yeah, well, Washington's been pretty quiet since the Styles pick. Please, come on. I like Culp. Don't get me wrong, but Culp has had his chances to earn the starting role over Cade Otton, and he still hasn't. I don't think that's because they just like Cade. I think it's just because Culp hasn't earned it. Cleveland has 2 more picks before us. Oh, great. I need to look at the. How many picks do the Browns have? Holy smokes. Washington, Seattle, Browns, Raiders, Dolphins. I hate that the Dolphins are before us again. They're going to steal our guy. We know they're going to steal our guy. They've been stealing our guy all day. Can't stand. Oh, the Raiders just traded Tyree Wilson to the Saints. Wasn't Tyree a former first-round pick? I wonder what the compensation is there. Yes, yes. That's because, okay, there was rumors about Kayvon Thibodeau being traded from the Giants to the Saints. So it sounds like the Saints pivoted and got Tyree Wilson instead. I haven't heard anything from Tyree Wilson since he got selected. Okay, Raiders got a 5th-round pick in exchange for a 7th and Tyree Wilson. They did not get much. So Tyree is just a rotational guy at this point. Talk about a bust. Okay, that does not move me. I'm not worried about that. They were trying to get Thibodeau and they settled for Tyree Wilson. Guys, we're chilling. We're chilling. Don't worry about that. You can forget that it even happened. What did Washington do? Could we get Thibodeau? My guess is that the draft compensation that the Giants were asking for has already passed. You know, that's probably why the Saints pivoted. So my guess is the Bucs don't have the draft capital, nor would they probably trade it, unless they wanted a 5th. You know, but I don't. It seems like. If it took a 5th rounder to get Tyree Wilson, it would have taken more to get Thibodeau. Thibodeau's a much more productive edge rusher than Tyree Wilson. All right, let's see what Washington's selection is. I'm seeing if it's going to be my TV. Okay, Joshua Josephs, edge out of Tennessee. Yeah, I remember I had in some of my 7-round mocks mocking him to the Bucs when I didn't manage to get the Bucs an edge in the first few rounds. So I think it's a solid pick by them. All right, Seattle is next. They have their tight end. They got Julian Neal. Oh, so they got Bud Clark and Julian. So, what are they gonna go edge? What are they gonna do? Pick is in. They could go. I'm still have that pipe dream of Tyreek Sapp to the Bucs. Bucs are killing the draft. Yes, they are, Robbie. Yes, they are. I was initially resistant to the Hurst pick. I've come around a little bit on it. I'm not fully there yet, but I can be convinced. Trotter, I'm going to need more convincing. That's the one that I'm really struggling with. But Keontae Scott, I was like, mwah. That was exactly what I wanted. Great selection by the Bucs. We're going to have some options, I think. Again, I like Billy Strouth, the guard from Notre Dame, Bow Stevens from Iowa, and Jaden Roberts from Alabama. And linebacker-wise, really the only thing left I have is Justin Jefferson from Bama. The rest of these... Oh, Kayshawn Elliott, the linebacker from Arizona State, could be a 7th-round pick that we try out. But besides that, I don't... The goal is Jolly. Unless it gets taken. Then we could... Royer's fine. But... I don't know. I think it's got to be Jolly. Running back. Singleton, like you mentioned, is interesting. Yeah, that guy's from Iowa is a beast, so if we get him and Jolly, I'll love it. Might be hard to get both of them. Well, when's our second 5th-round pick? Rounds. So, it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, wait, it's not that many picks later, so... Listen, we're getting close to game time for the Bucs. These are gonna... I think these are some big picks coming up. You're right, Casey, actually. I think it is a possibility that we could get both of them. If we get our guard, our backup guard, and our a tight end, we're cooking. What's Seattle doing here? What are they doing? Okay, they're showing off the Tyree Wilson trade right now. I feel like Harris could go to Seattle. I could see that happening. Kilgore is interesting. All three of these guys are really interesting. Oh, Seattle took Stevens, guys. They took him. Oh, crap. Okay, it's Billy Strouth for me then. Or Jaden Roberts. Those are the two guards on this list that I know. Boston College has some good guards too. I don't know much about these guys though. Miami did have a good offensive line. My guess is they're not going to take 3 Miami players though. They probably want some diversity of teams. All right, Browns put their pick in pretty quickly. Why am I always heartbroken? We still... Oh, gosh. Okay, Browns took Justin Jefferson. Okay, so maybe I need to shut up because guys that I've been saying that I've been interested in for the Bucs are now all of a sudden going. That's back-to-back picks that I was like really hoping might make it to Tampa are now gone. Okay, linebacker-wise, I think it's cooked. The only one left is Kayshawn Elliott. That's the only one that I feel like we could do something. That's the only one. Guard-wise, I want Billy Strouth. I don't care about the receivers. Tight end, it's Jolly, man. If Jolly makes it to Tampa, they went insane. Defensive tackle, Xavier Harris is plummeting. His overall rank was 63. We're at pick 150 right now. Also, Rayshon Benny. Big fan. A bit small. But... oh, boy. Man, they really took Justin. That's such a. Browns are killing it. Okay, Dalton Johnson from Arizona, safety out of Arizona, goes to the Raiders. Okay, so there's a report. Okay, so the Saints spoke with the Giants on a potential trade for Thibodeau over the last few weeks, but when Giants held firm on compensation, they moved on to Tyree Wilson. Yep, that's what we expected. All right, Panthers. Panthers could steal our guy. Gentry intriguing from USC. I'll have to look into him. Hold on. Best available. Zakee Wheatley is going to the Panthers. He is a safety out of Penn State. Again, we can live with that. We can live with that. Gentry. Oh, Eric Gentry. There we go. Lack of. It seems like a lot of these linebackers, the folks that are not too happy. This is interesting. Now, Broncos are a threat to get a tight end. 1,000% the Broncos are a threat to get a tight end. I think that's one of the ones that, yeah, it says that that's a need. They could get a linebacker too, because I don't think that the Broncos have gotten a linebacker. Let's see, teams. Oh, pick is in. All right. 6'7", but not the biggest size. Okay, so Zakee Wheatley to the Panthers. Oh, don't take Jolly, Denver. No, oh my God, they did it. Denver took Jolly. They did it. Yeah. Yeah. Now what do we do? I guess it's Joe Royer or Trigg. I consider I'm not in love with this analysis here. Jolly was the pick for the Bucs, man. Crap. Okay. We pivot, we pivot, we pivot. We're getting closer to the Bucs pick. We are... Man, Jolly went... Okay, Jager Burton, the center out of Kentucky, just went to the Packers. Dude, it's like the same thing that happened with Jacob Rodriguez, happened with Jolly there. Like, I just feel like at some point, like, the Bucs have to be brave enough to trade up, you know? And they just refuse. They refuse to do it. I don't know what they do here now. I think you could go guard. They might trade back. I think Jolly was their guy. And then they waited too long. Letting Denver pick was a massive gamble, and it did not pay off. Let's see here. Trower from Mississippi State might be a tight end. Oh, dude, I don't know any of these names. Royer's the only one that I've heard of. And Trigg. These two I've heard of. Jolly was the guy, though, man. Crap. Just before we were going to go. Listen, we can't get everything. You know, the board fell our way in the first round. It's not going to fall our way every time, but sometimes I just wish we would trade up to get our guy. You know? I think, if we trade up for Jacob Rodriguez, everyone would be very okay with where we're at right now, despite what happens with tight end. So... Who are the Niners getting? He couldn't block? Wait, what were they saying about... Royer? I think he could be... I think it's going to be Royer or Trigg, if I'm being honest. Like, there was a run on tight ends. I think it's because these are positions of need. Guard, I think Billy Strouth could be a target. Strouth, Taylor, Trower, a good choice. Trower. Jaden Duggar, linebacker of Louisiana, just went. Wow, rank is 333. Positional blocker. So, where are we at now? Oh, we're up. Bucs are picking. Who do we want, guys? I think that this is the first pick that I've done live. Well, I recorded reacting to the Bane pick, but we all knew it was Bane once he fell to us. I thought it was going to be C.J. Allen when it came our pick in second round, but we didn't do that. I hope they're right about that call. I hope they're right. Bucs are on the clock. We put in the pick very quickly. Very, very quickly. I always like seeing that when the pick goes in quickly, it means that they trust their guy. If I had to guess... Oh. Defensive tackle. We went defensive tackle, guys. DeMonte Capehart from Clemson. DeMonte Capehart. Okay. A little underwhelmed, if I'm gonna be honest. I don't know anything about him. Let's learn about him. Okay. Wow, they updated quickly. His next-gen stats are good. Good backup with the potential to develop into a starter. Very high athleticism score. But his production score is low. Very average. Woo, he had a 4.85 40-yard dash. How much does he weigh? 313 pounds. He ran 4.85. Dude, that's terrifying. 21 tackles, 3 tackles for loss, 1 sack, 2 pass breakups. Okay, interesting. Well, we have another pick. So, if we're going defensive tackle, Xavier Harris was there. It seems like something is wrong with this guy. Nobody wants him. Nobody wants Keith Abney either. But yeah, Capehart, I'm gonna have to learn about him. That's a new one for me. I knew that we were interested in defensive tackle. That, the sign was on the wall for that. I don't know. I guess it gets pretty murky once you get past, the first. I mean, past round 5, it's like you're not going to get really a decent defensive tackle. So I get it. I get it. You might get a decent tight end afterwards with another 5th round pick. Keith Abney finally went. Abney finally went to the Lions. That's a good pick from them. That's a very good value pick. Dolphins are going. They already got their tight end? Wait, hold on. Hold on. Who did Miami get? Now I'm blanking. Oh boy, they got a lot of guys. Kyle Lewis, Trey Moore, Chris Bell. Oh, so Will Kazmarek from Ohio State. That was their tight end. Kilgore, I think, is still on the board. Yeah. They could get Kilgore. Oh, I keep doing that. They could get Kilgore. I think this is going to be their pick. I think that the Dolphins... Wow. If I had to guess, it's going to be Jalen Kilgore here. Man, they got Jacob Rodriguez. They're having a good draft. I mean, all things considered, I thought their round 1 pick sucked. But I'm also like, I'm thankful they didn't take Bane. I think we're gonna take a guard, maybe. Are we just satisfied with Cade Otton? I'm getting the sense that we're just satisfied with him. I think round 6 is where we take our second edge, if I'm being honest. We knew defensive tackle was going to be something that they were considering. I want them to get Tyreek Sapp, but I also think that Nadami Tucker is definitely going to be someone that they are considering. Who are the Dolphins taking? So it'll be the Dolphins, the Vikings, then us again. Because of the, we traded back. Okay, they're showing off Capehart right now. I want to see some of his footage. Okay, so they're saying that Capehart has long arms. Michael Taffy, the safety. So I was thinking that they were going to go safety. They just took a different one that I actually had very high on the board. That is a great pick from the Dolphins. Damontae Capehart. All right. George Gums Jr. Why are they showing him off? Did he get taken? The Colts took George Gums? I didn't even see that. Go Gators. Good for him. So Gums went before Sapp. Sapp could still be available. Okay, Vikings do like selecting Gators. They might take Sapp as well. Let's see who the Vikings took. The Bucs will be in as soon as this pick from the Vikings is announced. I mean, well, they're technically already on the clock because they've already put in their pick. What do we got here? What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? I'm just waiting for the Vikings at this point. So, Vikings, they already took a safety. They're saying the best fit is for a wide receiver. What if they take a quarterback? That'd be kind of crazy. I think Cole Payton is also on the board for the Bucs. I think that this is a sleeper pick here. Sleeper pick. Max Bredesen, Michigan, tight end. Wow. Okay. So it was not Royer. The Bucs are on the clock now. Max Bredesen. Do we go tight end? Do we go guard? Do we go linebacker? Even though there's like no one I really want here. Or Kayshawn Elliott is interesting. I would save that for later though. Okay, Bucs are on the clock. Let's see when they put in their selection. I don't know what this is going to be. I think it's... I mean, running back would be interesting. Nicholas Singleton. I think that's... Okay, pick's in. The pick is in. We did not trade out. So I think Singleton is interesting. Emmett Johnson is interesting. Royer is interesting. Trigg is interesting. And Billy Strouth is interesting. That's all I've got. Billy Strouth. I called it. Billy Strouth, guard out of Notre Dame. I like it. G. Billy, dude. Great stuff. Really, really good pick there, guys. I really like that one. Billy Strouth, good stuff. Okay, we got our defensive tackle. A guy that I still need to learn a bit more about. Strouth, I had on my board. Big fan. Huge selection there. Ooh, I can see that. Okay, the Chiefs just traded up. Why do I think they're going to take Joe Royer? Cincinnati, isn't that where Kelsey is from? I think that's what they're going to do. We'll see. I think they're going to take a tight end. Very happy with what the Bucs did there, though. We needed a guard. We got one. Now it becomes very interesting because we still have not selected a tight end. I think tight end is on the board that... I think it's on the board that we don't select a tight end in this draft. At this point. I think that they would have taken Jolly if he was there. But since the Broncos took him, I think maybe they take Kayshawn Elliott. That's who I'm looking at from Arizona State. Although, see, look, he against the pass, he struggles in zone and man coverages. It's perfect for the Bucs. So, I am kidding mostly. I think there's a chance that we take another edge. If I'm the Bucs, 2 more picks. Let's see here. Our next pick is, let's see when we are. 14th pick in round 6. So it's going to be a little bit before we pick again. I like the value, the position, like the positions, everything that we thought that the Bucs were going to address. They've been addressing. Receiver, I was surprised they took in the third round, but they really liked him as an X receiver, tall, the body type, everything like that. So, and he was a lot about everybody's like sleeper wide receiver pick in the draft. So, Bucs are good at picking up value there. Really, I just need to learn about this guy, Capehart. At this point, I just need to learn about him, and we will figure that out as we go along. I want to see if the Chiefs took a tight end. Billy's I love the Billy pick. Oh, they're showing him off right now. Hold on. They're showing the Bucs draft room right now. They're pretty happy with getting Billy G or G Billy. G Billy. I don't know why I'm so invested. I think that I just feel it in my bones that the Chiefs are going to take a tight end here. I feel it. They got to draft Kelsey's replacement, right? Or, I mean, they could wait till next year. But they probably want someone to learn from Kelsey, is my guess. We'll see. Very excited about Trouth. They're really taking a while to announce this Chiefs pick. Very interesting round 5. I think overall I'm happy with it. I mean, they addressed positions that I think they needed to address. A player that I did not know about, but I'm excited to learn about. And then Billy Trouth. He plays with good base, shows the ability to mirror and wall off defenders. Good job scoring up his blocks, consistently working to sustain them. Shows good hand heaviness and has average strength. Though he is not a true people mover, he does a good job using the momentum of defenders to wash them past and out of the play. I like it. I like it. I like it. Oh, they took a running back. Emmett Johnson goes to the Chiefs, the running back out of Nebraska. I thought they were going to get a tight end. I was so sure of it. That's surprising. Xavier Harris, what the heck did you do, dude? Okay, so our 3 picks so far: Keontae Scott, De'Mondre Capehorn, and G. Billy. It's a good draft so far. Borderline great. Do you know how you make it great? I either want another edge, getting our backup quarterback, the guy from North Dakota State. I think that is actually, that would tickle my fancy. Do you know why he specifically is really exciting? Is because he started out, he wasn't a quarterback. He was he's like a Taysom Hill kind of guy. I would not mind having a Taysom Hill on our team. This guy, Cole Payton. Watch out for him, okay? This is the guy. The Bucs could be targeting him in round 6 if he doesn't go before. He is ranked as 153 overall, so we will see what happens. Chandler Rivers to the Ravens. He was one of my defensive draft crushes, guys. I love Chandler Rivers. His tape is so cool. It's like Jonah Coleman, the running back out of Washington. Loved both of those guys. They were just really exciting players to watch just with their highlights. So that's a good pick from the Ravens, in my opinion. Hell yeah. Good stuff, guys. Vikings. I think. Wait, who are the Vikings? Have the Vikings taken a running back yet? If they have not taken a running back yet, I think the Vikings are going to take Singleton. They took Banks. Go Gators. Gold A. That's fun. They have not taken a running back yet. I think this is going to be, yeah, if I had to guess. I want to see if I'm right about this. I think this is Singleton out of Penn State. That's my guess, guys. Oh, Charles Demings, the corner. Okay. Not what I expected. Demings. Okay. Maybe the Jags? Maybe the Jags take him instead? They need a running back. I could see them taking him. Singleton's fun, man. All right, I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. I think the Jaguars are gonna take Singleton if I had to guess, but we'll see. Okay. All right. All right. I'm back. I'm back. Sorry about that, everyone. Oh, Tennessee took Singleton? What? Oh. Okay, hold on. Need to check back in on everything. Okay, so I just missed 2 picks. Tanner Koziel. Okay. Okay. Tennessee's draft is cooking. Hold on. Did they get a receiver? I know this is like a Bucs stream. I am just invested in the entire NFL as well. I like the story of the NFL. Oh yeah, of course they got Carnell Tate. Keldrick Falk is no one wanted Keldrick Falk. Anthony Hill Jr. Yo, they cooked. They got a running back, a wide receiver, an edge who may or may not. That's a project. I think they cooked. I'm excited for. I can't wait to see what the Titans are made of next year. Now, there's a lot of holes still on that defense. So I don't know if there's a ton to work with if you're Robert Saleh. Kayshawn Elliott. Oh, guys, that was the other linebacker I was talking about out of Arizona State. So at this point, there's nothing left. There is no linebacker that I know of. So I think it was mentioned Gentry from USC. He could be an intriguing developmental linebacker with his combination of length, fluidity, and movement skills. Gentry, I guess, is a guy to keep our eye on. But at this point, we already got our guard. I don't have to worry about that. Tight end, Royer and Trigg are 2 names to keep, or just any tight end at this point. Bower Sharp, I kind of remember him. There's no running backs that I really know about anymore. Singleton was the last one that I knew about. I'm very curious who's going to get Cole Payton. I'd be shocked if Cole Payton falls to the 6th, but we'll see. Edge. I think it's going to be. I think we're gonna get an edge. Nadavi Tucker, name to look after. Sap. Personal opinion. I think that would be a great late pick, and obviously, I think a lot of Bucs fans would enjoy getting a guy that was the son of one of our all-time greats. So. I remember Jack Pyburn as a Florida fan. It's a little annoying. I'm just looking for names I recognize at this point. Rayshon Benny, but we already got our defensive tackle. Yeah, we're really in the weeds now, going into round 6 or close to round 6. Who took? Hold on, Denise Sutton. I gotta look back at the rounds. Go to round 4. Oh, it was the Packers. Okay. What do we got here? Buffalo. We are in the weeds. I want my guy VJ Payne. Okay. VJ Payne. I saw that. What's up with Harris? Does everyone hate this guy? Kilgore. He's another one that's a little surprising. Oh, the safety. Yeah. K-State. You were mentioning K-State. Oh. Listen, Parrish has been nothing but a stud for us. That's got to make you pretty happy, Casey. They're really holding out on this Bills pick. Oh, there goes Kilgore. There he goes. Oh, well. That's a great pick from the Bills. Maybe the Lions are finally the ones who take a risk on Xavier Harris. That's the only thing I can think of. How do we feel, guys, tight end wise? Like, are we cool just basically running back the same tight end room? Should we trade for like a Cole Kmet or like a Kyle Pitts, who has experience with Zach Robinson? Oh, who traded? Wait, the Bills just traded back up with the Lions? Oh, they traded to Detroit. Oh, did the Bills have back-to-back picks and then... Okay, so Lions take Kendrick Law, wide receiver out of Kentucky. Okay. Interesting. He's great and very versatile. I'm assuming you mean BJ Payne, yeah. Okay. All right. Trig, that is an interesting thought. Joe Royer and Trig, I'm still very interested in. Not sold on the Cincy guy. It really seems like his analysis, the analysis of this is like pretty underwhelming. I was just hearing some hype about him. Maybe Trigg. Let's see what the analysis is on Trigg. Finished second for Baylor in receiving yards as a tight end. Wow. 694. He has the fluidity of a receiver and brings a versatile presence to the position. Trigg is an athletic route runner, showing a good burst out of his break to create separation. He can make contested catches, but his hands can be inconsistent. In other words, okay, Steelers took a different tight end, the tight end of Indiana. He making contested catches, but his hands. He will make an acrobatic catch and then follow it up with a drop. In other words, he will Trigg is physical at the point of attack, but he lacks the ideal strength to consistently sustain inside the box. Overall, he has the traits that might provide mismatch problems at the next level with continued development. I like that better than Royer, just off of pure analysis or pure like the description that they gave. I have not watched his tape though, so I cannot pretend to know too much. We got our guard, got our defensive tackle, got our linebacker, got our edge, got our receiver. Again, I think that we can double up on edge if we want to. Linebacker, I think that got completely snuffed. I think that's gone. Gentry's the only one I'm like, maybe. But it's only because of the suggestion in the chat. I don't know anything about him. What happened to this? So this guy's overall rank was 63. And he completely dropped. Who are the Browns taking? Oh, wow. Browns took Joe Royer. Browns took the tight end out of Cincinnati. So at least we don't have to worry about that anymore. Now it comes down to if Trigg is available, do the Bucs take him? Or do they opt for adding to the edge room, which, as many people have said, you can never have enough edges. I can work with that. I at this point, tight ends, Trigg or don't bother. Do we need a safety, though? Lorenzo Styles is an interesting thought. Is there anyone left on corner? Everyone that I kind of knew about is gone. Yeah, there's no one here that I really care about. We could get Rayshon Benny. He's been falling pretty far. Well, unless he gets taken, obviously. No one in the running back room that I really care about. I'm very excited to see where Cole Payton goes. This is my guy. This is a lot of people's guy. Because he's Taysom Hill 2.0. Watch the Patriots take him here. Everyone's like, is Drake May... Oh, never mind. Karen Prunty, corner. out of Wake Forest. Okay. Oh, boy. Saints are on the clock. Jackson from Alabama or Dixon from UNC corner-wise. I mean, like, listen, like, most people, besides the scouts, really are the ones who know what's going on, and around 5 going in around 6 and 7. So, where are we in round 5 right now? We got a ways to go. Oh, boy. What if the Saints take him? What if the Saints take Cole Payton, who is essentially Taysom Hill 2.0? Well, pick is in. I swear, if it's Cole Payton. Don't let it be him. No, you know who's going to take actually Taysom Hill 2.0? The Broncos with Sean Payton. Lorenzo Styles Jr. That was the guy that I was talking about. And he's gone to the Saints. I need to stop mentioning people in general because our division rivals are just going to take them. So... There's still guys we're looking for. Our pick ain't until 195. I'm gonna wait it. I'm gonna wait it out. I don't know if I'll do round 7 because at this point, like, I mean, let's be honest. Round 7 is where like you're basically undrafted at that point. Round 6, there's some value. Round 6, you can live with that. Round 5, there's definitely value in round 5. Round 6, you're starting to creep into could have been round 5, might lean round 7. Round 7, complete crap. They're seeing what sticks. That one, they have no clue if they're actually going to be good or not. Will I still make a video about our round 7 pick? Absolutely. But that's besides the point. All right, what do we got going on? The other Penn State running back ain't bad either, but I don't see us getting running back or tight end at this point. Yeah. I'd be surprised if we invested in that. Round 6, maybe you address a need. Round 7, you are just taking best player available. Like, straight up, like, you take a kicker, you take a punter. You could take a punter in round 6. We've seen that. But if you take a punter anything higher than round 6... Okay, let's be honest, though. Actually, I have not even considered this. Sorry, Okay, Josh Cuevas goes from Alabama. Tight end from Alabama goes to the Ravens. But honestly, punter-wise, do we get the Gator punter? Listen, Gator punters, they cook in the NFL. I can tell this from experience. Tommy Townsend is a Super Bowl champion. Not that he really had to punt much for the Chiefs, but when he had to, he cooked. I don't even know if he's on the Chiefs anymore. But, okay, so Brett Coleman just said, you'll be lucky to average 3 yards per carry against the Bucs this year. I like the confidence. Wait, the Ravens are picking again? Guys, I'm going to be honest. I really am not against getting a punter in around 6 or 7. There's a punter from Georgia in best available top 5. Seriously? Okay, listen. I know I hate Georgia as a Florida guy, but, like, at this point, you can select a punter. Maybe use round 7 to select the punter. I think that round 6, I think we should still get an edge. Sapp or Nadami Tucker. Those are the 2 guys I'm looking at. Caden Curry from Ohio State, if he lasts that long. And let's see. This his overall rank 63, position rank 5. We are getting close to round 6 and he has not been selected. This is a wow. I think this seems like the kind of like a Ravens pick, taking Xavier Harris. We'll see, though. The Keontae Scott pick, man. What a selection. I'm still so hyped about that. All right, what you got, Ravens? Oh, is the Magic playing the Pistons right now? Ooh. I might have to turn that on. Hold on. I'm gonna put that on my phone and put it off to the side. I mean, in the end, like you typically get like two. If you're a good GM, you get like 2 to 3 hits in your draft. You know, not every single pick is going to be a hit. That's just not how it works. So we can't guarantee anything here. We are drafting positions of need for the most part. Besides receiver, but I think Bain is easily going to be in defensive rookie of the year conversations this year, which has a Buccaneer won defensive rookie of the year. Like, did Derek Brooks or hold on defensive ooh, rookie of the year? I want to see. Yeah, hold on. Bear with me here, guys. So I know we were founded in 1976, so let's start from there. Oh, work done. Wait, what? Oh, whoops. I was like, okay, offensive. I was like, that doesn't make any sense. Okay, let's look on this side. Tampa has never won a defensive rookie of the year award. Wow. Okay. Game on. Game on. Ruben Bain, you can be our first defensive rookie of the year. Wait, who just got selected? Adam Randall, running back from Clemson. Okay, interesting. What does Vegas have up their sleeve now? Are they going to get a receiver? They could get Kevin Coleman. That's like the... Oh, get Stravant from Florida. I want more Gators being selected. Sweet home Alabama. Oh, boy. Ooh, okay, so they got another corner. Hezekiah Massis from California. Did the Raiders get a receiver? Hold on. Let me check this out. Mendoza, Stukes. Why? Is there something I don't know that like the Raiders are not investing in wide receiver? What? This doesn't make any sense. Quarterback, safety, edge, center, corner, running back, safety, corner. Okay. Listen, Spytech, I respect you. You were, you learned from Jason. Even though Jason is, like, listen, all of his draft picks for the most part make sense. Like, you can find the logic in them. And typically the pundits are usually really in favor of how Jason drafts. So I just wish it was a bit more aggressive. Rodriguez was right there, and you probably would have had to give up like a sixth to move up 3 spots. Sorry, that's my dog. Where are we in the draft? Are we close to the end of round 5? We still got a few more picks. Okay, I want to read more about our new defensive tackle. Yeah, okay, hold on. Is this all college? Was he college through 2020 through 2025? Wow. So reserve for 4 years. Honorable mention all ACC. 20 tackles. Missed most of spring with an ankle injury that lingered into the season. And he was arrested for unlawful possession of firearm on property. Also charged with failure to exercise due care with operating a motor vehicle. I don't know. Is that like a DUI? I don't know. It's like a DUI without saying it's a DUI, like or something amongst those lines, is my guess, because they don't want to actually charge a guy who's going to go in the NFL draft with that. Played in 12 games with 6 starts. It really sounds like 2025 was like actually where he, skyrocketed himself into being a guy who could be drafted. Granted, Clemson was not very good last year, and he could have been. I just have to see. He was projected rounds 4 through 5, so he ended up going just about where NFL.com expected him to go. So. Who did the Chiefs take? Who did they take? Cyrus Allen, receiver from Cincinnati. So they took a Cincinnati player, but like I assumed it was going to be Royer, the tight end. They don't seem very convinced they need to bring in a protege to Travis Kelce. But listen, in the end, I want the Chiefs to make the worst decisions possible. I would very much enjoy that. I kind of want to go through the teams and just see like who's making the best decisions right now, and kind of just let's see. What next thing is that? What if the Dolphins take the quarterback? Hold on. So, according to NFL.com, the Dolphins have addressed all their needs. Let's see if that actually. Okay, Bengals. Kind of meh. I really like the Browns draft. I think the Browns have killed this draft. Cardinals have been. This is god awful. I'm sorry. Chase Besantis is like maybe like the only like decent pick in my opinion. Falcons. The Terrell brothers thing, very cool. I like. I don't care if the Falcons are a rival. That is just an objectively cool thing. I'm very happy for that family. So, Kevin Coleman Jr., the receiver. That's the last receiver that I was really aware of in this draft. Going to the Dolphins. Dolphins, they're very. It seems like their GM is very much on the same wavelength as me because they're just like they saw all the videos and analysis that I did. Again, totally cool with the Bucs taking a punter. If there's still guys that we could get, guys. I mean, we all know this. I think the Bucs get one more edge. If I had to guess, Nadami Tucker, Tyreek Sapp. Both on the Bucs radar if they fall to the Bucs. And as we've all said, Cole Payton, sneaky pick. But if those guys are gone or not something that Jason and co are interested in, I think it's going to be punter. That will be... Just want to see what goes on in round 6. We're still in round 5. This is crazy. I just really want David Walker to work out. I know that the Bucs are still psyched about him, but an ACL tear is an ACL tear. That takes a while to recover from. I've had friends recover from that. Takes a while. And, you know, it's pretty rare in the NFL for someone to have like an injury like that and come back just as strong or stronger. It's going to take some time. Like Godwin with his ankle break, he wasn't his 100% self last season. I think this year we are expecting a lot more from him. But we'll see. What are the Eagles going to do? Honestly, I'm surprised the draft isn't going a little bit faster at this point. Like, ugh. So the Eagles got Mekhi Lemon, Eli Stowers, and Jonathan Grenard out of this draft, and then Markel Bell. And you want to tell me that Howie Roseman isn't the best GM in the NFL? Nah. Oh, no! The Eagles took Cole Payton? What? This is what I'm saying. The best GM in the NFL takes a player that we all mentioned, that we were talking about for at least over an hour, and they take him. That's not a surprise to me. These aren't coincidences, guys. He knows what he's doing. Gosh darn it, Howie. Everyone's going to make fun of Jalen Hurts for this pick, but, like, Cole Payton is not just a quarterback. He's a gadget player. Oh, man. Okay, well, that's off the board. He is off the board. Now it's like, okay, I think we have to go edge round 6. And if Sapp's gone and if Tucker is gone, it's probably going to be punter. Cole Payton is a 5th round pick. He's going to the Eagles. He looks like Nick Foles. He looks like the son of Nick Foles. That's crazy. Wow. And he's left-handed. My guy. For the record, I just want to admit, I'm not fully left-handed. But when throwing the football, I am. So, I don't know how that happened. Because I write with my right hand. I throw a baseball with my right. But there are other things I feel better throwing or doing with my left. Like if I were to throw a dodgeball or something that's big, like a bigger ball, it's definitely going to be with my left. Something small, I feel more control with my right. I don't know how to explain that. It's really weird. So, anyway, any quarterback that's left-handed in the NFL, I immediately have sympathy for. Granted, there are 2 left-handed quarterbacks in Atlanta that I do not care for obvious reasons. But I rooted for Tua to succeed before. Okay, Enrique Cruz Jr., the tackle out of Kansas, goes to the Niners. Oh, great. Miami's back up again. I mean, listen. So Cole Payton's already gone. At this point, just take... I mean, there's only 2 guys that I really want at this point before we move on to punter. And that would be, well, kind of 3. Caden Curry, Tyreek Sapp, and Ndamukong Tucker. Those are the 3 that I have in mind. I know others have mentioned Eric Gentry from USC. That is a sleeper pick from the Bucs Digest chat. Casey in particular. So there's that. We also have Trig. Trig is still there. Interestingly enough, Trig is still there. So that is also another one to watch out for. Running back wise, I don't know any of these. So we'll have to figure it out as we go along. Are we still in round 5? Holy smokes. This is like the longest round 5 ever. Got 2 more picks, and then round 6 finally hits. Jonathan Grenard just mentioned his goodbye to the Vikings. I wanted Grenard, man. I want him for the Bucs, but we do have Bane, so that is a pretty decent secondary choice. Well, there's also Max Crosby, who at this point seems like he's a Raider. We gotta wait to see what happens in round 6, guys. We're almost done with the first 2 rounds, but there's another 2 rounds after that. Man, the Bucs, they just don't trade up at all. Jolly was within our grasp. Rodriguez, it seems like they just kind of assumed that he would just fall to them, and it's getting to me. I'm gonna be honest. It is getting to me a little bit. Just how much they're, yeah. The arrogance of Jason. Maybe he didn't like how many tackles, Rodriguez missed, but I'm gonna give Trotter a chance. I am. We'll do a video on it. I'll explain or break down some of my worries, concerns, all that good stuff. But yeah. Listen, I like Keontae Scott. I like why am I forgetting his name? The guard out of Notre Dame. Let's look at what we got here. Let's get this draft moving along, guys. This is taking a little while. So Bane, obviously, home run. Trotter, I need some convincing. Hurst, I did not like at first. But I've come around on it. Conti Scott, fantastic. Capehart, did not know who he was, but it was a position that we felt like we needed. And then Billy Schrauth, obviously, a good rotational piece there. So in the end, now round 6 is really where it's the last opportunity to add someone that might make the roster. Round 7 is completely a crapshoot where it's like, okay, you may or may, just like any of the undrafted, it's not guaranteed. Just because you were drafted in round 6, we don't know if you're going to make it. Or round 7, sorry. Did the Magic win today? It looks like the Magic beat the Pistons. Okay, so that series is tied 2-2. I would like the Suns to obviously beat the Thunder so they don't get swept, but yeah. This is a football podcast in the end. I'm trying to fill the time. We're going to round 6. I don't know if I can go till round 7 and fill the air till then. Here we go. Why is Roger Goodell coming out with a Dolphins helmet? So this is why they were delaying the pick, because otherwise I was like, this is taking way too long. Sado Trerer, a tight end out of Mississippi State. So that was who Casey was mentioning. Sado Trerer. Treyer? That is a hard name to say. I'm going to be honest. Treore. All right. We're almost at the end of round. We're still in round 5, guys. I know it's bizarre. This draft started basically 4 hours, or day 3 started almost 4 hours ago, and we still are not in round 6 yet. That is crazy. One more pick, and we will be in round 6. Guess looks like Sado is very much a British player. I gotta respect how much, or not respect necessarily, but acknowledge how much the Bucs stick to form, stick to their identity, especially in the front office. Like they don't really do anything out of character. They're not gonna make a big trade. They're not gonna. They barely trade up, and if they do trade up, like they did for Tristan Wirfs, it's one spot. So. Again, I think Tyreek Sapp from the Gators to the Bucs, that'd be so perfect. But we also got Trotter. He has there's a bit of a legacy thing with that, so. Sado. All right. Here we go. Last pick of the 5th round is finally coming up. Golly, as I like to say. Who are we taking? I can't believe each pick is taking this long. We just want to see who we got in round 6 at this point. But this is getting silly, if I do say so myself. All right, come on, guys. Come on. I don't think I'm being impatient at this point. 4 hours have gone by, and we've only got we're still at the end of round 5. I understand it's a long draft, but let's move it along. There's like a TV program that's really holding everyone back. I feel this slate should be every minute. I agree, Casey. It's the fact that, like, just every pick, there should not be this much time between every single pick. Okay, Zane Durant, finally. Finally, we find out who's the last pick of the 5th round. Zane Durant, who's a defensive tackle out of Penn State. That took so long, man. I'm honestly just annoyed at this point. All right, Browns are the first selection of round 6. Again, I am covering up to the Bucs pick in round 6. I will not wait through round 7 because at that point it is a complete crapshoot, and you can only hope to get. I mean, one of the most relevant round 7 picks is obviously Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant. I'm actually going to look up right now. Best round 6 picks NFL all time. Ooh. Let's see what we got here. They do 2 then commercials. It has been crazy. They're treating the 5th and 6th round like it's rounds 1 or 2 right now. Like, I don't understand what's the holdup. Here's the all-time 6th round NFL draft team, including the franchise each draft. Okay. Brady, Terrell Davis was a 6th rounder. Larry Kennebrew. Okay, fullback. Antonio Brown was a 6th rounder. Wow. I actually didn't realize that. Mel Gray, Jay Novacek, Doug Decken, Tunch Eakin, Ed Newman, Marco Rivera, Matt Bark, Michael Sinclair, Doug Betters, Al Harris from Tampa Bay. Ooh. Browns took a quarterback. Talon Green out of Arkansas. I think the Bucs might have interviewed him. I'm not sure. Anyway, now I'm pretty sure the Bucs are not taking a quarterback in the 6th or 7th round. It was one of those two. At this point, no. Yeah. Xavier Harris, dude, I am sorry. Talk about it tanking in value. Holy smokes. Anytime I say something they get picked, that was crazy. Yeah, as soon as you typed that out, he got taken by the Browns. So, like, for the most part, I try and keep my mouth shut, but, like, it's hard to. It's hard to. Trigg is the only tight end at this point that I would see the Bucs maybe taking a flyer on. Wait, whoa! The Bucs traded up. Did we trade up? All of a sudden, we're at 185. Did we just trade up? I think we did. Hold on. Yeah, we traded up. Okay. Bucs traded up. They want somebody. Okay. Karshawn Scherer, linebacker out of Iowa, just went to the Cardinals. Bucs must be aware that someone is coming up that they really want. Okay. So let's start looking around. Bucs just traded up, so we are going to be making our select. Just as I was complaining. That just happened. I was just complaining that, like, the Bucs never trade up, and they just did. Obviously, it was in the 6th round, so they probably didn't have to give up much. Did they trade away their 7th rounder? Hold on. What just happened? What did we give up? Getting a quarterback? Maybe. Greg. So they trade up to from 195 to 185. Do they think a tight end is coming? I think it could be Trig. I think it could be Trig. A lot of people are speculating right now it's Trig. Holy moly. What did we give up to do that? I'm assuming not much because Jason hates giving up stuff. Okay, Titans pick is in. We're almost there, guys. This is okay. What did we give up? What did we give up? I don't think we're getting a quarterback. Since Green went, we moved up 10. We never... I know. Moving up 10 spots is pretty crazy. So, I'm looking at the available spots right now. Quarterback-wise, I don't see... Xavier Harris is the only guy at this point that's like a crazy drop at this point. Maybe we double up on defensive tackle, but like... Okay, let's see the Let's see who the Titans are picking. Jackie Marshall, defensive tackle out of Baylor. No one wants the guy out of Ole Miss. So, guard... We already took edge. Dude, I don't know. I'm looking around right now. We should be knowing pretty quickly. He probably gave up, yeah. Our 7th is probably gone. 10 spots is crazy. Who did we go up for? Is it Trig? I think it's Trig. If I had to guess, it's Trig. The pick is in. Nussmeier? You think we're getting Nussmeier? That would be crazy, dude. Who do we get, man? Greg, talk to me. I'm looking up Greg's stuff. Oh, so the Bucs traded with the Raiders for this pick. Wow. So we traded our 7th rounder to move up 10 spots. So we don't even have a 7th rounder. So I don't even have to bother. Oh, so we did take a tight end. We took Bao Sharp. Tight end out of LSU. Wow. I have to look up his stuff. So Trig was not the selection. It was Bauer Sharp. I wasn't sure we were going to go tight end. I was not sure. Okay. Well, we're done for the draft because we traded a 7th rounder to do that. Someone else must have been high on him. Wow. Okay. So we took Sharp. And that means... So he had 252 yards, 2 touchdowns. Okay. So we're done, as far as we know, for the 2026 draft. Because we traded our 7th rounder to trade up those 10 spots to go get him. And now we will see the undrafteds. The undraftees. Thank you so much, guys. I mean, the Bucs, they are done with the draft now that they traded their 7th away. I look forward to breaking these all down. Sharp is interesting. Again, I have not seen his stuff, so I'll have to look into that. Actually, let's do it right now. How about that? Let's look in before I get out of here. I do want to look into his stuff. or at least his stats, his measurables, all that good stuff. Okay. Bauer Sharp. BS. That's his initials. Bauer Sharp. All right, here we go. Prospect grade. He's in the good, according to Next Gen Stats. Candidate for bottom of roster or practice squad. He was the 20th ranked tight end in the 2026 Combine, but in athleticism, he was 9th. Combine, 8th. So he apparently did really well in the Combine. 4.63 for a tight end is pretty good. How heavy is he? 249. That's actually pretty light for a tight end. We're looking at his stuff right now. That's his Sharp. He was projected to be round 7 or just undrafted. His strengths are he has below average arm length and core strength. Beaten to the punch on fairly consistent basis. Struggles to prevent being discarded by NFL caliber talent. Fights throws with below average hands as a pass catcher. Route tells allow coverage to jump his breaks. So he has tells. Ball security after the catch is a concern. Seems like a reach. Okay. Fair enough, Casey. Sharp converted from quarterback to okay, so that's what they like. I just found what they liked. He converted from quarterback to tight end, so they like the mental aspect. Same thing with Kelsey. He has separation burst underneath, but tends to fight the football and lacks consistency finishing through contact. He will have to shine in camp to have a chance to make a roster. I guess the Bucs really liked him, man. I mean, obviously I'm not impressed by what I've read so far, but, you know, we'll have to wait and see. My guess is that we're gonna sign a punter after the draft is done, but we'll have to wait and see. Sharp is a Buccaneer. He was at the beginning of round 6. They must have thought other people were interested. And we go up and get a guy that, I mean, listen, we rarely trade up, but I don't, it's maybe they just didn't want to stick around for round 7, but I think that they're done. And therefore, I am done. Thank you again for sticking around with me for rounds 4, 5, and 6. And round 7 will be Buccaneerless. So, thanks again for watching, guys. Much appreciate you for tuning in. And we will break it all down very, very soon. Probably tomorrow, because today is my birthday. So, I'm going to do a few things to celebrate and enjoy the day. But I hope you enjoy your day, obviously. And in the meantime, go Bucs, go Tampa. And I'll see you on the other side.